Hi, this is BK Black Krishna from manfulwars.com, where I'm promoting polite patriotism. Tell people be nice to, relax, and respect each other, look, walk, talk, and feel great, communicate well offline about what they learn online, and be proud nationalists against globalism wherever they live. So feel free to check out and support the manfulwars.com efforts as you'd like. There's a PayPal and direct deposit donation information below. But this video is called It Takes Just 8 Minutes to Terminate YouTube Channels. And that's what happened to me. It took just 8 minutes for somebody at YouTube to quickly look at my videos. I don't see how they could see them if they took less than 8 minutes to review them and terminate my channel. But it took just 8 minutes for people at YouTube to terminate my manfulwars@gmail.com or my YouTube manfulwars channel. And so this is something that I think everybody out there would find really, really interesting, and it's something that we should push back against. Now, I still have a BitChute channel. It gets a fraction of the traffic when it comes to views and when it comes to comments, and so a lot of the same videos are still saved there, but otherwise, everything's gone, and I'll show you what happened. So here is my email account, and it says here, October 29th, 2018 at 3:20 a.m. Focus. There it is. It says here, as you know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, quote, was the founder of sexual freedom and education really a pedophile, was flagged for review. Upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. When in fact, Alfred Kinsey, for example, used to do experiments on how often or how long it takes for babies to have orgasms. And he documented all this in a notebook. So, he was one of the key architects of this sort of sexual revolution, and that's all been proven. So, I referenced that, and that it says here, this is the first strike applied to your account. The impact of strikes. So, then I get to another email here. This time, that was at 3:20 a.m. This one is at 3:24 a.m., October 29th, 2018. And this one says here, your video, quote, American College of Pediatricians, gender ideology harms kids. Adults bad at it, shut up. So basically, the American College of Pediatricians was founded in response to a lot of the gender ideology out there. A bunch of younger and younger children transitioning when studies show 90% or more of them, once they hit puberty, are happy they didn't switch genders. At most, they'll be gay and they'll be happy with the body and the and the equipment they have, basically. And there's tons and tons of more stuff. Health risks, permanently sterilized, and so on. So this is well over 500 American pediatricians who are together at the American College of Pediatricians, acpeds.org, who've come out and warned against this. So it's a legitimate point of view. It's not just me going off half-cocked, picking on, trans kids or trans kids' parents. This is me actually trying to put some information out there to save people from making bad decisions. And yet, that's what it says. And it says here, this is the second strike applied to your account. All right, so 4 minutes after 3:20 a.m., at 3:24 a.m., I got a second strike. And then, I don't know how this account, I got an email before this. In fact, this is weird. If you look at these three emails here, I'm reading bottom to top. This one these two, and then that one, and then that one there. So, but I'll read this middle one last because it makes more sense, even though it came in, sooner. Then I've gotten one at 3:25 a.m. So 3:20, 3:24, and 3:25 a.m. It says here, your video, Sir Tommy Robinson versus lying bitches begging to be broken. Are people ready to defend themselves? And this is a shot of people acting stupid, getting off on being ignored, like pretend lying, bitchy, sketchy girlfriends, and a shot of a Tommy Robinson clip that was still on YouTube. I assume still is on YouTube in front of that. So shot of people in public and just a shot of Tommy Robinson speaking in front of that, and that was flagged. And it says here, this is the third community guideline strike your account has received within 3 months. Because of that, your account has now been terminated, and you won't be able to access or create any other YouTube accounts, assuming with this email. So that's 3 strikes. But then I got 3 emails as part of this string. So that was 3:25 a.m. And then this is 3:26 a.m. So again, started at 3:20, and this is 6 minutes later. It says here, your video. Ms. Lauren Southern bitch slaps Patreon executive pussies. Hilarious, must see. Because the founder of Patreon came out there and said, hey, we don't want to censor or ban anybody. We're pro-free speech. And Ms. Lauren Southern did an excellent job of deconstructing that. So the language might have been a little coarse, but there's a lot of coarse crap on YouTube. And the founder of the successful company Patreon shouldn't certainly get his manties in a bunch, or anybody else get their manties or panties in a bunch, because some nut job, doesn't like what they're doing, right? Like myself or anybody else. Otherwise, this can happen to anybody, and you can't criticize people in power like this. But there's another community guideline strike. And it says, once again, this is your third community guideline strike. And then I got another email here at 3:28 a.m. So remember, all this started at 3:20 a.m. And I had all these videos reviewed. Typically might have taken a minute each, or I might have been different people working on this. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. It's a pretty opaque process. It's not very transparent. But when it comes to a public square that people put a lot of time and effort into, and they connect with other people who like it, and other people who don't like it can simply ignore it and swim in the giant ocean that is YouTube and find stuff they do like, this is very unusual behavior. But here's another video, 3:28 a.m., same October 29th, 2018. So from 3:20 to 3:28 a.m. And it says here, your video, Liz Crokin times DMX times globalist insecure adult pedo washing, Clinton, Trudeau, any more heroes we know, right? And basically, this is a shot of Ms. Liz Crokin, L-I-Z or L-I-Z-C-R-O-K-I-N. She's a former celebrity journalist and now very focused on stopping child trafficking and pedophilia and the normalization of pedophilia. And her YouTube channel is up, and I simply took a short clip of her talking about Hillary Clinton and Justin Trudeau and theorizing on whether or not they were pedophiles or they were victims of pedophiles when they were younger, for example. And I had that in the background. I had a shot of sort of people in public kind of getting more socially constipated, trouble talking, gender neutralized, trouble acting like men and women, and acting rude and sketchy and not respecting each other enough to stop, sort of turning more into commie zombies thanks to the radical left. So shot of filming in public, perfectly legal, and then a shot of this clip over that, and then I had some DMX like X Gonna Give It To You playing in the background, which was simply monetized by the record company, and DMX having some tax evasion issues, phenomenal rapper, legendary artist, but having some issues, and so he gets kicked back a nickel from this video because I used a bit of his song before, as opposed to you can't use this song. With somebody like Drake, for example, you can't use their song. With somebody like DMX, you can, but you can't monetize it. They monetize it, and they take any money they make off the video. So this wasn't something I was doing for me or to disenfranchise another artist. In fact, I just put an extra shiny nickel in his pocket or in the record company's pocket that owns this by having this playing in the background of this video. And yet, this was taken down. And it says here, this is the third community guideline strike. So I got three either separate people or three separate videos all saying, we got you. This is our third community guideline strike. And therefore, you can no longer use YouTube with this account. And then finally, this was sent at 3:25, so it started at 3:20. The last email I got was 3:28, and yet at 3:25, maybe because someone else found three strikes from 3:20 to 3:25 and said, you're gone, whereas a couple other people were competing to find that third strike or a way to kick me off. And whatever. But the point is that this is October 29th at 3:25 a.m. October 29th, 2018, 3:25 a.m. It says there, your Google account is disabled. Hi, man. The Google account, manforwars@gmail.com, is now disabled. It looks like it was being used in a way that violated Google's policies. We understand your account is important to you, so if you think this is a mistake, sign into the disabled account, submit a request to restore it. You'll need to do this soon because disabled accounts are eventually deleted along with your emails, contacts, photos, and other data stored with Google. And it says learn more about Google's policies, the Google Accounts team. So I think all my higher functionality is gone, but I can still fortunately use this email. So this all happened at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:20 to 3:28 a.m. on Monday, October 29th, 2018. And so around 8 a.m., I sent an email saying at 8:09 a.m., October 29th, 2018, I sent a little message saying, I don't know why my accounts are terminated. This doesn't make any sense. And the first thing they sent back is, we received your appeal and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. There it is. And then on October 30th at 4:11 a.m., it says here, hello, thank you for your account suspension appeal. We have decided to keep your account suspended based on our community guidelines and terms of service. Please visit this site for more information. Sincerely, the YouTube team. And there is their response. There's what I said. I have no idea why my account was suspended. Please make it work again and thanks. And that's when they said, nope, hello, sorry, you're screwed. So I had around 600 subscribers. I had videos dating back, about 2 years on this account. I was communicating with a lot of people on this account and so on. And so this is a real kind of big deal, right? And so for people out there, you can see how fast it takes. Just 8 minutes. And less than 8 minutes, just 5 minutes before they suspended it. Now, how did this happen? Why did this happen? I've read stories about Google and YouTube. Google owns YouTube. They're hiring 10,000 people to police content on YouTube. And these people are paid to police content, paid to look for questionable content, paid to take channels off. And this is ostensibly so that they don't scare off advertisers. And yet advertisers advertise when it comes to troublesome content all the time. CSI, murder, cop shows, people being killed at the beginning of the show, people being chopped up again on autopsy tables, those flashbacks being revisited to how they were killed for 45 minutes of the hour show. Then the last 10-15 minutes they catch the bad guy, and I suppose it's all good. And yet, you don't have advertisers complaining. There was nudity, there was violence, there was murder, there was people using guns, there was all sorts of horrible stuff in that episode of CSI Miami or CSI Albuquerque or CSI Idaho or any number of shows like that, right? And typically, when it comes to viewers, we typically separate the Tide laundry detergent commercial or the McDonald's Happy Meal commercial from the show we're watching. So it's very, very much the same with YouTube videos. I don't associate the commercials with the videos. I just think, well, they want to put commercials on here, and so happens to be where the commercials are. But it's not like you individually, as a company, endorse everything everybody says, and you go through that rigorous process before you decide to put your advertisements places, especially when it comes to YouTube videos. And so this is completely insane. So what may have happened is some of the 10,000 people eager to censor people and get paid well, or paid okay for it, and get some credit for it and do their jobs well, are going gangbusters, and they're not even going to watch your videos. They're basically just going to say, oh, I got one. If I flag this and I kick it off, I'll get some credit for it, a pat on the back, I'll get to keep my job, and this is brutal stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to make this point because for people out there that are concerned about this, it's good to know, the process. And frankly, I feel, when you're taking flack, you're above the target, right? But the people that would do this, that would stop you from speaking, expressing yourself to other people who like to hear you express yourself. That's like putting tape over your mouth or cutting off your tongue, right? Like it's really, really, it really got me, initially, because I was determined to not feel that bad and feel that bad, because I don't want to make it seem like it's nothing, but I want to find an appropriate range of emotions to kind of work through this and think about it. And I'm just thinking, wow, you people are monsters. If you have people out there who are speaking to other people, say you and a group of friends, right? And then somebody says, no, you can't say that even to your group of friends. That's brutal. That is a brutal violation of free speech, and so something that we should consider. Another factor is the last video I posted on YouTube before the whole thing was taken down. Was this video, which is on my BitChute channel. You can go to manforwars.com and find my BitChute channel to find the last year and a half. Some of the previous 6 months or so that was on YouTube is now completely gone forever. But a lot of that stuff is still on BitChute. And this is the last video I posted on YouTube, and I don't know if this is what got me kicked off, or if or if this is what, got them to look at my account and find ways to kick me off or what. But it's a pretty good video in the sense that it's a framing mechanism. It's like those glasses from the Rowdy Roddy Piper movie, They Live, where you put these glasses on and all of a sudden you can see the world for what it really is. This advertisement really means this. This really means propaganda. These people are really, freaky alien people, whereas these people are normal people. You can see, or these people are psychopaths. You have the glasses, the They Live glasses. So certain framing things can make it really, really easy for people to understand the world. And so the last video that I put here is why are globalist false flags and hoaxes so obviously fake, to show how much control they have. And I went through, because a lot of the false flags and hoaxes and so on are exposed on YouTube and other places. And you're thinking, how could they possibly get away with this? This is insane. This is so fake. The point is, if they can get everybody in the mainstream media or in the political establishment or business establishment or entertainment industry or medical industry or whatever to go along with these big lies, then it corrupts them, it weakens them, and it makes them easier to control. And then they become on two sides of something, right? It's like, oh, it's us against the people. We know this is BS, but we're going to say it. We're not going to question it with each other. So we are weaker people, easier to control, and we are attacking those people who we know we are lying to, or who we know we are hiding the truth from. So as a framing mechanism, this is something that they could have found very, very dangerous. And it's got a shot of the pipe bombs and recently sent to CNN and other liberals. That may have been a false flag attack because the clocks had no alarms. They couldn't work. The pipe bombs look like Hollywood movie props. There's no way they could work. Wires all wired wrong. Wires on both ends, not the way they're actually done. People have come out and said, this is insane. Like, there's no way this could be real. There's no way somebody could do this seriously. And want to harm people or anything like that. This is done as a prop. So why are these things so easy to expose? Why are there so many YouTube channels and others, and commentators out there going, this is insane, this is so ridiculous, this is so stupid, how could they possibly think people would fall for this? Because if they can make people on the inside go along with it, those people are weakened, corrupted, and easier to control, and they can be used to attack and control other people as well. It's also very similar to Freemasonry, where you can have Masons walking around, and they can look at something like the hermaphrodite cop statue, not a statue of a dude, archetypal dude, Superman, Batman, like broad shoulders, but hermaphrodite cop, slim shoulders, slim torso, no boobs, but you could put them there and they would fit. Slim arms, slim shoulders, slim torso, longish hair to the collar, masculinish, feminish features, and thicker, bubblier legs and butt. And this statue is leaning forward and finishing off a pyramid with a couple of bricks left. And this is one of 3 Masonic statues, this one most prominently just west of Yonge and College in downtown Toronto, Canada, right outside Toronto Police Services headquarters. So right outside Toronto Police Services headquarters, there's a statue there, and yet we're not supposed to talk about it. What does it mean? Who put it there? Why is it there? We're just not supposed to say anything, right? So when it comes to the Masons, they can kind of walk around going, he, we're pulling a fast one on everybody. We're corrupted, lying to each other, lying to everybody, not telling them why we're doing this, and so on. There might be some decent Masons out there that just join so they could have a boys club, or they could connect with people, have some business contacts, get some, low interest loans, easier, blah, blah, blah. But certainly this is an aspect of that type of control that they have, where they can walk around and they can point and they can say, see all this stuff that we do that the rest of the people don't get? Yeah, that's us in charge, right? This is to show how much control we have, right? This is our club and we have control. So when it comes to Freemasonry, for example, that's one example. And when it comes to the mainstream media, pushing lies out there that can obviously be deconstructed as lies. When a handful of people can do that, and the rest of the people aren't aware of that, and nobody's making them aware of that, then obviously the media can go, well, yeah, we're lying, but I guess we just got to keep lying, and then they get corrupted, and they lie more, and they're weaker people, easier to control, who can be controlled into controlling other people. So I'm not saying this is why that happened, but it's certainly a theory among many. And they might have went, uh-oh, if this guy can get people to look at everything differently, with this video, then this is a sign we got to kick him off YouTube. So anyway, I wanted to make this point, as this video is called, it takes just 8 minutes to terminate YouTube channels, because from 320 to 325, or it kept going till 328, bang, bang, bang. My videos were flagged, and I was given 1, 2, 3 strikes, bang, 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 within 5 to 8 minutes. And then gone. Just like that. Not even like they watched the videos, they analyzed the content, they weighed the pros and cons of, well, free speech is generally a good idea, but I looked at this video and there's stuff here that's way too bad. They didn't even do all that. They just quickly looked and saw the titles, or saw this, or saw that, or saw my account, whatever. Or it could have been a few different people doing that, whatever. It takes, just 5 to 8 minutes to terminate YouTube channels. And that's something scary for all of us to be aware of, and all of us to push back against in a number of different ways. So anyway, BK Black Krishna for manforwars.com. Feel free to check me out on this newish YouTube channel or my BitChute channel for more. Feel free to support the manforwars.com efforts. There's PayPal donation and direct deposit information below. Otherwise, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.